This is Hannah from the Penyffordd Scout group. She is a leader with the Penyffordd group, and it's the Cubs.
Cubs
Is that correct?
section,
Yes.
yeah.
Could you explain a little bit more about your role within the Penyffordd Scout group?
Yep. I'm the Cub leader, so I manage the Cub section in the pack. I have 23 cubs aged 8 to 10 and a half, boys and girls, and with 5 leader team who run activities for those children.
Oh, brilliant. So it was the family camp we took part in, wasn't it?
Yes, our annual family camp, yeah.
So there was parents there, and we had 2 sections. So we had the Cubs in and the younger ones in, didn't we, for the first part of the session. And then the second session was with the Scouts, and then
I think some of the older ones.
Wasn't it, as well? From as an outsider looking in, how do you feel that the event went?
So it was really well organised, and it fitted nicely into our programme. So it gave the children a chance to achieve different things on the day. All the children like football, so the football was out when we arrived on the Friday. So it was even before anything had been set up. So it was a joy to have something where we could focus that down. And sports like football probably don't usually feature in our programme. So it was quite nice to give the children that opportunity to engage in something that was, one, really focused, and 2, had a nice fit and purpose within the structure of what we were doing that weekend.
We had Jess Clark in, Lioness, Olympic alumni. How do you feel that she was with the kids? Because I know it's we usually work within schools, and we have quite a structured event. With working within the community, we try and relax it down, so the main priority is fun. So how do you feel that Jess was with the young ones and the older ones?
She handled the children really well. What I really liked about her was that the session was really directed. The children knew what they were going to do. They knew how to respond to her. They knew what the commands were going to be. She was able to order what the children needed to do. They were really clear before they started in task. She's got a fabulous loud voice, which really helps. But you could tell that she'd ordered things correctly, in that the children were able to engage. They knew what was taking place. That the session had lots of pace to it, so they didn't hang on any task too long. But importantly, she joined in, I think, and was part of the fun, which was really nice, rather than kind of a coach and a child situation. It was really nice to see her engage with the children at that point as well.
Why do you think these sort of activities are good for the local community?
For one, I mean, there's 2 things within the day. The fact that they met a sports star was like huge. I know from my own child, he was massively looking forward to meeting her and knew exactly who she was. So there's a driver there because it was something different. It was somebody who was elite in their sport. It wasn't just me. I was trying to scrabble together some rules and Google what I've got to do. It was somebody who actually knew the sport and had played it to a professional level and, well, international level, and did so really well. So automatically there was inspiration for the activity, which was great. A driver to meet somebody new and somebody famous is lovely, isn't it? Of course it is. And then secondly, for a community aspect, it gave us the chance to offer something that we wouldn't usually be able to offer or structure in that way to a level. Lots of the children play sport. I mean, frequently they play sports for multiple different teams and different types of sports. So I think what's important is probably that it's slightly different to what they have usually, because if it looks the same and feels the same, it's just transplanting that into a community aspect for us Scouts, whereas the session we had didn't look and feel the same as training. And it had that aspect of the star present as well. So it was a nice mix of something different from how they usually associate with the sport. Lots of fun involved, but lots of still fitness and rules and boundaries, alongside somebody who they could see of where you could go, like an inspirational point, and somebody different that they wouldn't see every single day. So it's nice.
I know the group that we did work with, they weren't necessarily footballers, all of them, were they?
No, they weren't. No.
one, we had quite a few girls getting involved because
Yep.
we had a female athlete there. I thought that was
Yep.
quite nice to see a good mix.
Yep.
I think at one point we had more girls than boys taking
Yeah.
part, especially with the younger ones, which is phenomenal, really.
Yeah, there's been quite a big growth in Penyffordd of the area we're in, of the female football teams. So there's quite
really?
and they're all a lower age bracket. So the higher end groups aren't really present, but the lower ones coming through, so Cub Early Scout age, there's a lot of girls. So I think you've got quite a good interest,
Well, that's
from
good.
that.
Would you recommend us to another group within the local community, or even further afield, or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in terms of scouting, I think it fits quite nice within the programme, given that it's all organised for you and you don't really have to do much. That's a uber benefit as a leader, where you have to plan everything. And it can fit quite nicely into a programme. It's organised, it's a fixed time slot, everything's quite fixed around it, so that you can slot it in as you need to. I think given the level of accessibility, it wouldn't really matter if you were a football fan or not. I know you do other sports. It's about, because the session was open to anyone who just wanted to join in, really. And actually, the competitive edge was a level that it didn't matter if you were good or not, because that didn't spark whether you were going to win or not because of the way the session was laid out. So it meant that the children who loved that type of thing could do it, but equally those wanting to give it a try knew they could do within a kind of safe boundary, which would be my recommendation as a kind of taster, inspirational starting point. Was great. And so community groups where maybe they don't have that level of football in the community or other sports, and that access is a good way to kind of navigate children through to see if there is an interest there for more development.
Thank you very much for your response and your insight and your experience. It's nice to know and have that from an outside perspective as well. So thank you very much for coming in.
No problem.